All right, I'm Barbara Hart again, and this is Drunk Puppet. Drunk Puppet is a portrait of a wooden puppet, and he's for sale on Ruby Lane right now. I don't own him, but and that's what they called him. And I tried to come up with some very highfalutin name, but then I thought, Drunk Puppet, you can't read it. I really found him to be a repulsive character and had no intention of painting him. But my whole thing is that I relate to toys and photographs of people in compromised situations where they're filled with an emotion normally that they're about to have to do something, or they're being photographed against their will. And it's probably all about some psychological thing I've got going where I've been embarrassed about things or angry, and So anyway, I recently found out I had cancer, and the day I found that out, I thought, that's my guy. I'm going to paint him. And I have really enjoyed the experience of painting him throughout this time where I've been I haven't had control of my life, and I don't feel like a drunk puppet, but I do relate to the feeling that something has come at me and I can't do anything about it, and it's my body and it sucks. And also the idea of being a drunk that somebody has made art out of, that this toy was created with the idea that we would laugh at the drunk, I guess. I personally really relate to the agony that it looks like this guy is experiencing, what I would call the horror of being so out of control with your life that you end up in these places where you've either done something or you've done it again, or why can't this be different than it is? So that's kind of where I was coming from with this. And I know he's a very kind of awful looking thing, and I have experienced being repelled by him, so I understand that. But I've also, through interacting with him as I painted him, I really love him. He's very dear to me. And that's really my experience as an artist, is finding these various figures that are usually for sale, and I kind of look at them as being the result of some interaction they've already had with somebody who's now selling them. And I just see stories everywhere, and I spend time with what appears to be a lost character, and I empathize with that state of being. And I guess I'm kind of starting to see that one of the things that interests me is, the messes we make, the messes we fall into, and the messes other people make of us. That's kind of what interests me. And I like this is the last thing I'll say, I think, unless you want to keep talking. But portraiture, is really generally reserved for a very formal presentation of somebody who deserves to be honored. And, let's face it, a lot of those people most people don't deserve to be honored with a formal, well, maybe we all do. I guess that's really more what I'm getting at. I honor the people who are having a hard time in life that nobody knows, and some of them are dead, and I feel like it's okay if he died 30 years ago and he was arrested for something in Australia. I don't care. I as a human being am recognizing this person, this character, and I am honoring him by painting him and giving him my complete focus for this month. And I love the idea that that might happen to me someday. That I know that I'm going to not, none of us are going to be here much longer. And the idea that somebody in the future reaches out and just looks at you, and it doesn't matter what you did, who you are, they say, I'm going to spend time with you as a human being. That's what I'm about. So, oil on canvas.
Barbara, how big was the puppet?
I think he's like this big. He's pretty big. He's got a bottle. It's just so, it's a sad situation. It just looks terrible. Let's face it.
Barbara. John Singer Sargent said, portrait is a picture of somebody where there's something wrong with the mouth. But in this case, it's just right with
Thank you. Yeah, I love this mouth. It's really a mess. But it's also really a mean statement on drugs, by whoever made it.
it. Fixed.